Today, the federal government announced companies with more than 100 employees have until January 4th to get their workforce vaccinated.
If not, they could face tens of thousands of dollars in fines. Here in Alabama, politicians continue to fight against that federal vaccine mandate. Today, the State House of Representatives approved Senate Bill 9 by a vote of 67 to 23. That bill allows employees to claim exemption of a required vaccine for medical or religious reasons.
But some major companies like Tyson Foods have no problem with the federal mandate as they already require vaccines. WAAY 31's Nicole Zedek joins us live in studio after learning more about Tyson's successful vaccination efforts. Nicole.
Well, Tyson made the announcement back in August that they would require their employees to be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 by November. Well, it's finally November, and Tyson is happy to say 96% of their workforce is now vaccinated.
We decided that getting vaccinated was the single most effective thing that our team members could do to protect themselves, their families, and the communities where we operate.
Protecting one another. According to the Tyson Foods spokesperson, that's the goal with requiring COVID-19 vaccines for all employees.
We've seen a significant decline in active cases. And so for us, that tells us it was the right decision.
A decision made easier with an incentive.
For each team member at our plant facilities, there was a $200 thank you for those that were vaccinated.
Although 96% of their workforce got the vaccine, not everyone was on board. And when November came around,
there were others that chose not to be vaccinated and that have left the company.
That's the concern some Alabama politicians have with the federal vaccine mandate.
We do not need to be letting people go that are working very hard. Up here, we're writing letters. We're trying to get to the Democrats to let them understand these mandates do not work.
Representative Mo Brooks echoes Senator Tuberville, saying, quote, "The time for action is now. I refuse to idly sit by as people lose their jobs." He introduced a one-sentence bill, quote, "to prohibit the use of federal funds to establish, implement, or enforce any vaccine mandate." But for companies that have already implemented a mandate,
we're going to move forward, knowing that we did what we could to protect our folks.
The federal vaccine mandate will apply to more than 80 million workers, but it's unclear how many of those workers are currently unvaccinated. As for the 4,000 Tyson employees here in Alabama, they won't be impacted by the new mandate because they already got their shot. Reporting live in studio, Nicole Zedek, WAAY 31 News.